Right here in Mustang 8.0, virtually with me. It's Kai, and I'm with Sasha Sloan. Hello.
Hello. How are
You know
you?
what? So good. You know what? When I got the text, I think a couple of days ago that I was going to do this with you, I was crying because you've been the soundtrack of my life for the past 2 or 3 years now. Actually,
Oh my
2 years,
gosh.
2018. And I found you, the streaming platform led me to Faking It, which is still, by the way, my top 20 top song in
Oh,
20.
get out of here.
Yes. And I'm so happy I get to do this, that you've released your album. But I know this question is cliche, but I feel like 2020, it's even more important to sincerely ask, how are you doing today?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for listening to my music. That is the sweetest thing ever. I am doing okay. I am watching a lot of TV to cope with the
Ooh.
boredom because I don't have a normal job, right? So I have been trying to be creative and it's not really going well. So I'm just sitting and trying to stay
No.
sane.
Yeah, I think that's all of us right now, trying to stay sane, do it whatever is possible. But how does it feel? As a fan who followed you since your loser days, I feel super excited for you that you in October released your debut album, your child, only child. How does it feel to have your baby out now?
It feels super weird. Like it feels
Okay.
awesome. But every time something's released, my anxiety just like goes way up. But it's cool. It's just a super weird year to put a debut album out because obviously I can't tour and I can't interact with anyone. So it kind of feels like I worked and worked and worked and it just kind of went, okay, it's out now. And I just feel like I don't really know. I can't see people listening to it or any of that stuff. So it's awesome, but it's also kind of like weird.
But I love, the best thing that I love about you is I feel like you are the soundtrack to everybody's life, at least at one or two points in their lives. And
Oh,
what has been the most enjoyable moment that you experienced while working on Only Child?
I think once I realized what songs I wanted to go on it, and I wrote like 30 to 40 songs for it, and they were kind of all over the place. I think it's because I come from like originally writing songs for other people, and I think I learned how to write a lot of different styles, and I think that kind of confused me in the beginning of putting my own stuff out. I was like, well, I can write this way and I can also write this way. So I had like a giant whiteboard in the studio and I finally narrowed it down to like the 10 songs that I decided on. I remember that feeling was really good. I was like, okay, they're all written. Now let's try and make them sound good.
So what's the specific theme you're going for this time on Only Child?
Only Child was interesting because all my other EPs, I was actually super depressed. And then I fell in love and I'm happy now and I'm in a great relationship. And this album or this body of work kind of forced me to dig deeper than I think I had to before, just because, every time I write a love song, it sounds insanely corny. So I was like, okay, this isn't working. And I think I just wanted to write about more than just a relationship because life is so much bigger than that. And there are lots of different types of relationships and things you go through that people might not talk about as much that can have a really big impact on who you are and why you are the way you are. So I tried to dive a little deeper into topics that aren't typically written about, for better or worse. And it was fun.
Speaking of for better or worse, thank you for releasing Is It Just Me? And you just re-released this one with Charlie Puth. But, I feel like there's a sassy part of you who are super brave stating all these things. I know these are like little random little thoughts that people probably have, but I just wanted to say first and foremost, no, it's not just you.
Thank you.
I think
I appreciate that.
I really felt like, you know what? No, she's right. Because I was reading the lyrics through it because it popped up in my head when I was listening to Only Child in October, and I was like, okay, what? No, it's not just her. So I love you showing your sassy side. It was fun writing this. And how did you get Charlie Puth? How did he first come into the picture in the song?
Yeah, so this one was really fun to write, and the original title was actually Unpopular Opinion, because I love Reddit, and there's a subreddit called Unpopular Opinion, and I wrote it down. I was like, oh, it's a cool song title or idea or something. And then that was the first song I ever wrote over Zoom. That was like the beginning of the pandemic, which I thought was the end, but here we are. And so it transformed into Is It Just Me over the Zoom session. And I put it out, and then Charlie commented on it and was like, I love this song or something. And then we got put in touch, and he was like, yeah, I want to remix this. And I was like, trying to play it cool. I was like, all right, cool. But I was like freaking out. And he kept sending me different versions of it. And, he did a lot of things to it that I wish I had done in the origined, and that's why he's Charlie Puth. I'm such a huge fan. He's an incredible songwriter and musician, and he sped it up and he shortened it a bit, which makes it more playable, and he did all those like little tricks that sometimes I forget to do to my own stuff, and his voice is obviously incredible. So yeah, that's how it came to be. And he's also just an amazing human being, and it's really unfair that he's that nice and that talented. It's not okay.
but it is definitely okay. Then you guys were put in touch and really finished the song, because I feel like this is a really, really nice touch. But in 2020 though, speaking of, because I think a lot of things happened during this year, a lot of the process writing also happened during this year. I've always wanted to ask you, because you did say you're in a completely you seem to be in a completely different mind space you are right now than your previous EPs, but how hard is it to wear your heart on your sleeve and be vulnerable when you're writing the songs that you do?
It's funny. It's not hard when I'm writing them, because it's just me and maybe two other people in the room. But putting them out is what's hard. Because I can be completely honest about something, and then the second before I put it out, I'm like, wait, am I the only person that feels this way? Or like the hardest song I think I ever put out was House of No Mirrors, which was a song that was on Only Child. And that's something, like songs like that where it like touches down to like a core issue for me. Those are when I start to hyperventilate as I'm posting to Instagram or whatever. But it's never just me, no pun intended. And I think just seeing people respond, and I know you're not supposed to read comments, but everyone does. And just seeing people say, hey, I went through the same thing, or the song is getting me through this, I understand, like that helps me cope. And I think it's like this nice cycle, and selfishly it's very therapeutic for me.
I when I listen to your songs, and this is the last song of it says High School Me, was it? So ironically, your album was released a day after I had a very awkward encounter with a high school acquaintance.
Oh no.
So but I have to tell you, it's so true, because you tackle the parts of us, the little demons that we have, that we carry throughout life, that it's good when you're in a place where you are right now. I always remind myself like this is actually something I still do. Like look at myself in the mirror every single day when I wake up and say, you know what, high school, you would be so proud that you got through everything and you wrote a song about it. So when I heard it, I actually cried a tear just a little bit because it literally happened the day after. So thank you.
So wild.
Yeah, it is so wild. I think it was just kismet that way. So I'm telling you, I think it's not just me. I think you're writing soundtracks, your little demons that people carry around that, you know, and sometimes it's good to remind us that they're there, but we've conquered them. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I wish high school me knew that I would be doing this one day.
Same,
literally
same.
right here.
Same. So on a happier note, can you talk to me about the Sad Girl website? Seriously. And how did you come up with the different kinds of sad girls? If you could just give us a bit of an introduction.
Oh, like the emo, indie, that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really fun coming up with and making those playlists. And, you know, my team and I got together. I was like, what's like a cool thing we can do right now? Because obviously I'm not touring. I can't see anyone. And then I was just talking about how, like, I always have a hard time picking, like, people are like, what's your genre? And I'm like, so it kind of inspired me to be like, okay, well, here's like every different side of me. And here are all the songs that these different sides of me like. And then the rest kind of just came together from there, and we made the quiz, and coming up with all of that was so fun and gave me something to do. And it was really cool seeing everyone's responses, and I was actually really scared that everyone was going to hate the playlists, but I think people like them, so I was like, hell yeah. And I keep taking the quiz because every day my mood changes. I'm sure like everyone else, and every day I'm a different type of sad girl, so.
Yeah, but you said it yourself. You were sad before it was cool. No,
I've been sad since 95.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. And it's actually sad that people think sad is cool these days. You know what I mean?
I know. It's really
It does not feel cool.
It is the year of sadness, though.
Yeah. And I think it's maybe perhaps it was meant to be, because I feel like whenever we need this emotional let out, right? I feel like you would be the perfect soundtrack to that. And Only Child is everything that we would need in 2020. Right?
Oh, thanks.
Well, anyway,
I'm very depressed again. So album 2 will be sad again.
Oh no. But you know what? I really hope this vaccine thing, all this really happens through, and we can finally get out of the house again. But you know what? I have prepared 3 rounds of I Would Rather. It's just 3 questions. What do you think? Since we were talking about quizzes before, right?
I'm super down.
Tell me what you think about this one. Would you rather be able to time travel or have magical powers?
I would rather be able to time travel.
Ooh, where would you travel to?
The year before Google was created. And I would just do it. I would just, probably like 1980, I would just get so rich. I would just create everything.
Yeah, give the ideas, not necessarily find somebody who can make it happen for you.
Yeah, I would be like, I have this idea called the internet. Figure it out. I have no idea how it works, but it's gonna be great.
All right. So next one, would you rather have the power to erase memories or make somebody love or like you?
I would choose erase memories. Because I was actually just talking about this. Because I would erase my own memory to rewatch a show that I'd already seen.
Oh, nice. Nice. Like, in all the literal sense.
Yeah, I was like, man, I really wish I could see Breaking Bad for the first time again, or something like that.
But that's the beauty of the streaming platforms, right? Once you're done with it, they don't recommend it to you anymore until they suddenly pop up. You haven't watched this in a while. Would you like to watch it again?
I know. I have like a year-long window, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it again.
Okay. Okay, last one though. Okay, close your eyes. Imagine you're
Uh-oh.
standing on top of a mountain.
Okay.
Would you rather enjoy a sunrise or a sunset?
Sunset, 100%. I can't wake up before noon.
I got that.
Especially this year. I was going to get my coffee this morning, and I drove by a school and they were done with the school day. That's how late I sleep.
Wow. So
I was going to get my first coffee of the day, and kids had done an entire day of learning. Yeah.
But do you consider yourself a night owl? Does that mean that you actually sleep a lot later?
Oh yeah. I'm up till like 2, 3 in the morning. So sunrise, I don't know if I'll ever see one again.
But have you ever seen one before?
I have seen one, yes.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
At least
the air is so nice.
Yeah, the air is really nice. Oh wow, thank you. That was fun.
Yeah,
so last but not least, what are you so looking forward to ending 2020 on a high? And what would you love to say to your loving fans who can relate to your music?
I'd love to say thank you so much for listening to my stuff. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. And yeah, I hope you're staying safe and staying sane. They're both equally important.
Yes. Any tips on how to stay sane a la Sasha Sloan?
You're asking the wrong person.
Well, all right. I think for me personally, listening to some of your music, and sometimes you just need to really listen to music that makes you cry when you feel like you're on the verge of crying, right?
So true. It's so true. So,
anyway, thank you so much for this interview. I was wondering if I could get a virtual photo shoot with you.
Of course, yes.
Yay. Right. I'm doing this old school.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Good job printing.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm going to tag you.
Thanks. It was so nice to meet you.
Yes, and when you are in Jakarta, when we're finally getting out of this house, your houses, our houses, everybody's, would love to have you in the studio to hang out with us, please.
Yes, I would love to meet you in person someday. Soon, hopefully.
Bye. Stay healthy.
Bye.